If we say space watch, what's the first watch brand that springs to mind? Thanks to great marketing, most people will know about the Amiga manual wind model that travelled to the moon and back. Here's the thing though, there are plenty of watch brands and models that have travelled to space, and many of them have a fascinating history and great stories to tell. For instance, did you know that Fortis is the chosen brand of Roscosmos, the Russian space agency that has worked with Fortis for more than 25 years? For a quarter of a decade, Russian cosmonauts venturing into space had a Fortis watch, which means Fortis watches have spent more time in space than any other watch brand. Throughout Fortis' illustrious history, stretching back to 1912, there have been many achievements and milestones, and we are excited to bring our first Fortis video to you today. Given the strong affiliation with aviation and space, we're going to look at two Flieger, or pilot watches today. They are both from the new F series and are made to travel below rather than above the atmosphere, albeit at top speeds. The F series could be said to be part of a soft relaunch of Fortis. In 2018, Jules Philippe, a lifetime fan of the brand, became the new owner and immediately got to work to combine the very best of Fortis know-how, heritage, and their distinctive visual language. The F39 is a bold, modern design, which also happens to be available in two sizes, 39 and 41mm. The model we have here is a 39mm, and whilst it's compact, the long lugs give it a good fit on most wrists. Let's have a look at the dial. It's clean and uncluttered with its white on black. There are a few things to point out. First is the minute track, which Fortis calls their bricks track. Through its high contrast look, it increases the average readability speed, particularly in low light conditions, like cockpits. The white on black is extremely legible, and the excellent lume at the 5-minute markers goes a long way to ensuring ease of legibility. The overall colour scheme here is both tasteful and functional. We have a seconds hand, frame date window and the word automatic, all in orange shade, which Fortis calls burlap fluor orange, that works beautifully and has just enough contrast without causing distraction. There are, however, two orange details just above the 12 o'clock position that require further explanation. You may think they're there just to look good, and that's partially true, but they do fulfill a function as well. Whenever pilots unite in a formation in the sky, it is important that all of them are precisely aligned. To help with this, Fortis created what they call the Synchro line. A pilot could use this to be within a plus or minus 5-second range of teammates. We all agree that this is an extremely specialised application, but before you dismiss it outright, let's remember all those dive watches out there with helium escape valves that are just as likely never to be used. The bezel, on the other hand, is necessary. Classically designed to function bidirectionally with 24 clicks. This is a super easy way to track another time zone, and the bezel is very satisfying to turn, solid with no play whatsoever. The case is brushed steel, as is the large crown. The crown is embossed with the Fortis logo, and the screw-down mechanism is easy to manipulate and holds well under pressure. In our opinion, the crown sits well with the rather rigid case and straight bezel and elongated lugs. The overall wearability is one of comfort, and the feel is robust and strong. Additionally, the brushed finish on the case means you rarely have to worry about fingerprints, and it hides small scratches better than a polished case, which is handy for an instrument watch. The back of the watch features an engraving of a propeller in motion, surrounded by model numbers, and also pointing out its impressive water resistance of 20 ATM, or 200 metres. Within the case, the UW30 automatic self-winding movement ticks away and offers a power reserve of 38 hours. Ensuring the case stays firmly on your wrist is a well-built, solid bracelet. It's a 3-piece stainless steel design with screw-in links which make it very easy to adjust. But that's not the only way to adjust it. Within the buckle you'll find Fortis' unique quick adjust system, with a simple push button to expand or contract the bracelet. It's a great solution and makes fine adjustment hassle-free. No tools required. It's worth pointing out that the solid construction of the bracelet adds weight. If this is likely to bother you, you can opt for the aviator strap, which is handmade in Germany from vegetable tanned natural leather. This significantly reduces the grams on the wrist. So, we've established that Fortis is onto a winner with its new Flieger series. How is it adapted then to other designs? Let's check out its big brother, the F43 Bicompacts. Coming in a respectable 43mm case, the Bicompact shows just how versatile this clean design is, regardless of the case size or added elements. The case design is similar to the F39, but this is a pilot chronograph. To accommodate the Bicompact setup, the date complication has been moved to the 6 o'clock position, and the additional subdials have been aligned horizontally adjacent. On the left is a small second subdial, and on the right is a 30-minute counter. These are operated through the chronograph pushers on the side of the case, both of which are concave and feature a subtle grid pattern to ensure you don't slip whilst keeping count. They are both very satisfying to use, with a solid mechanical feel when operated. The chronograph movement is a UW51, which is self-winding and offers a power reserve of 48 hours. As with the UW30, Fortis doesn't give away too many details regarding the origin of the movement, but we know they are based on Sellita's SW510 Swiss movements, which run on tried and tested technology. We will say this, the F43 Bicompacts is a large and substantial watch, and you need a wrist on the larger side to have this sit comfortably, especially if you wear it on the bracelet. But this also means weight, and if this is likely to bother you, it may be an idea to consider a leather strap instead, or opt for the F39 so you can still enjoy the Flieger look and functionality. Fortis is yet another hidden gem here on our watch channel. It's not as well known as many of its Swiss cousins, but when you take into consideration the company's long heritage, strong affiliation with aviation, and over 25 years in space, plus their passionate and committed fan base and strong commitment to rejuvenating the brand under new leadership, there really is no reason not to fall in love with this independent Swiss brand. What about you? What do you think? Would you like to see more from Fortis? Please let us know in the comments. And if you've liked this video, we'd be so happy if you like and subscribe to our channel, so we can keep on bringing you what's new in watches. See you next week.
Time only, the authorised Fortis dealer.